Okay. So what I will do is in the modules, so today's lesson 1.7, what I'm going to do is when you click the 1.7 worksheet, the worksheet is here so you can do the assignment, but it says the lesson's being taught live and it will be linked after it's recorded. So I'll record this, and then once it's done and it uploads into Google Drive, I'll link it on here so that you guys can rewatch it if you need to, okay? Does everybody understand kind of what our plan is here during the Google meetings?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what Miss Frederick is going to do is she is going to, starting tomorrow, she's going to be available from 9:30 to 10:15. 9:30 to 10:15. And I will just ask her to use this link, the same link. And she's going to offer help with the assignments. So tomorrow, she's going to offer you guys some help on the 1.7 homework. So we'll teach 1.7. Right now, I will teach it. And then tomorrow morning, you can get some homework help from 9:30 to 10:15. It's optional. You don't have to go. But if you're struggling, you should go take advantage. Do you understand what I was just like explaining?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll ask her to use this same link so that you guys don't have to like keep track of more things, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get started on 1.7.
I got a question.
Yep.
On the test, I forgot to do one of the questions and I turned in my paper. Can I resubmit?
Can you say it one more time?
On the test, I forgot to answer one of the questions and because I was going to go back and do it. And then I just turned it in still. Can I unsubmit it and do the question?
Yeah, or if you just want to resubmit it, you can do that. That's like, if you just want to resubmit the whole thing.
Yeah, thank
actually,
you.
I think it'll make you unsubmit and then resubmit. Yeah, that's no problem at all.
Okay.
Hey, Miss Frederick, we were just talking about the new plan. Jacob, I'm not ignoring you. I'll get there in a second. And I told them that I would talk to you about using the same class link. So if you could, would you mind using this same Google Meeting link so they don't have to keep track? And I told them 9:30 to 10:15 is like
so that's like going to be kind of a. I'm sorry, I should let you finish. Go ahead.
I kind of filled them in already. I was just about to start the lesson that they'll go there for homework help and we'll just play it by ear. However that goes, we'll adapt as we need to.
Yeah. So it's kind of like an optional, right? I just didn't know if like it's like a drop-in kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then okay, yeah. Nope, that works good. And then I don't know about Fridays though. If that time would work.
Yeah.
Because of meetings and stuff. So for Friday, sure, Monday through Thursday.
Yeah, Monday through Thursday. That's a good specification.
So, okay.
Okay. Jacob, it's fine. You can turn stuff in later, but I would use when I'm teaching, like if I'm teaching a lesson, like especially now, it might be good to listen. Otherwise, you can always watch the video because I'll record it. Okay? So.
Okay. Thanks.
Yep. All right. So here is chapter 1, section 7. I really like this actually. I'm leaving this open so that I can see the chat window. So if you guys type a question in, me or Miss Frederick can answer it. Normally Miss Frederick won't be here because she'll be working the next morning instead. But she's here now. So our goal today is that you can identify angle relationships and use them to determine missing angles. So there's a few important angle relationships that we want to explain. One of those angle relationships is triangles. Triangles add up to 180 degrees. So an example of a question would be if a triangle has 45 degrees and 72 degrees marked, what is the other angle? So what you could do is 180 is the total, minus 45 minus 72 equals whatever. That would be your answer. Okay. Supplementary and complementary, I used to get confused, but I'm going to show you a trick that one of my co-teachers taught me. If you take the C in complementary and you connect it, what number does that kind of look like? I'll say that again. When I connect this, the first two parts here on the C, and I drop it down, what number does that kind of look like?
A 90?
Yeah, it looks like a 9, and then if you look at the second number, the O, it kind of looks like 90. So that's how I remember that complementary means 90 degrees. So I know I'm going out of order, but it's just a little easier. So it says what angle is complementary to 86? What you would do is do 90 minus 86, and 4 degrees would be your answer. Sorry, my neighbors. Okay. And then similar to the 9, like connecting, if you connect the two parts of the letter S, that's a little less clear, but it kind of looks like an 8. And supplementary adds up to 180 also. So in this example, what you would do is you would go, what is supplementary to 86? You would go 180 minus 86, and you would get 94 degrees. Okay, so those are some of the questions that you might be asked, and these are the relationships, a couple of the relationships you would want to know. There are also 2 other relationships. So a linear pair, linear, what word is in the word linear? Does anybody see a word that's in the word linear?
Line?
Yep. Some people say ear, which like true, but line is what I was thinking of. So linear is like a line pair. Here's an example. Here's a picture. That's a line, right? Everybody agrees this is a line. I'll put these on so you don't argue. That's a line. And if I just cut it like that, this and this, think of it like 2 slices of pizza, like a small slice of pizza and then a huge slice of pizza. Together, they make like a straight line. They make half of it. So A and B are a linear pair. So they make a line. I'm going to actually do this. And their relationship is that they also make 180 because a line is 180 degrees. Does everybody see what a linear pair is? Can you kind of tell? Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. You guys can say no too. Like, I don't expect you to understand right away. Okay. And then vertical angles. This is like if you make an X, for example. You see this V A? I've had teachers, I've seen teachers explain vertical angles like this. That's a V, and that's almost an A, VA. It's the 2 angles that are across from each other. So, like E and F. Or G and H. They basically, it's like if you have an X and you jump across the intersect point, if you have to jump, then that is going to be a vertical angle pair. And these 2 are the same. So that means like E is the same degree measure as F, or G is the same as H. So that's the big thing with vertical angles. I'm going to just pause there and see what questions you guys have. Am I going too quickly?
No.
Okay. So what you guys hopefully are kind of noticing is there's a lot of 180 relationships. And then there's just a couple where they're the same or they're 90. But the rest of them, triangles, lines, supplements, triangles and lines are supplementary. They add up to 180. So yeah, that's kind of the big idea here. So we're going to practice a little bit. So the first question here says, calculate the missing angle, angle A. So let's see. What does it say? Does anybody have an idea how we could calculate angle A? First question, what shape is that?
You subtract 180. I can't see the numbers.
Oh,
You
that better or
subtract
no?
94 and 22.
Okay. So 180 minus 94 is 90, 86. And then minus 22 is 64. Perfect. So 64 degrees. You got it. So then, and that's because a triangle is 180 degrees. That's how we knew. All right. The next one says find the supplement and the complement of each of the given angles. First question, what is supplement? Is that 90 or 180? Is supplement 90?
80.
Yes,
I mean 180.
you're right. So that one's 180. If you connect this, you got 90. So what could we do to figure out the supplement of 42?
Subtract it.
180 minus 42. 180 minus 40 is 140. 139, 138. And then the complement, same thing. We would just do 90 minus 42. So 90 minus 40 is 50. 50, 49, 48. All right. You guys want to try to do 87? Can you try to figure out what the supplement and complement to 87 are? Just do that by yourself real quick, and then we'll check and see if you were right. Okay, I'm going to try supplement. 180 minus 87 is 93. Did you guys get that? And then complement is 90 minus 87, which is 3. And Javaris put that in the chat. That's right, 93 and 3. Perfect. So there's going to be a section in your homework that looks like that. Okay. So then next it says for each problem, find all the missing angles. Okay, so I'm trying to, with these questions, I'm trying to walk you through it a little bit to help out. So first of all, if you look at that image, this image, which property can we use to determine the missing angle? What I mean by that is like, which one of those is it? I'm going to go back again.
Supplementary?
Yep. So they're, first of all, they're going to be supplementary. So you're actually one question ahead, Lance. So this is, oops. What relationship do, oh, whoops. Okay. These two angles add up to 180. And what I wanted students to kind of practice doing is like naming the thing. So these are linear pairs because they make a line. So it was like, what relationship do linear pairs have? Which, you're right, 180. They're supplementary. So what would this angle be? You guys okay with 60? Are you just being quiet or are you confused?
I was
It's
trying
good.
to do the math.
Oh, sorry. Okay, didn't mean to. Ooh, sorry.
It's okay.
I'll cool my jets on this one. Okay. So these questions are a little bit hard to like, I guess it's hard for me to ask them in the notes, but what I was trying to do is kind of walk you through it. So the first question I asked was, what relationship do all three angles or pieces have? So like, what can you tell me about like this slice of pizza and this slice of pizza and this slice of pizza? What do we know about those?
They're all different sizes and
They're
shapes.
okay. First of all, they're all different sizes. At least that's how it looks, right?
Yeah.
What do we know about them together?
All of them together is in one whole.
So all of them together make one whole line. So what we know, sorry, I gotta go back to my pen, is that they total to 180 degrees. Okay.
Are they equal to each other?
So not necessarily. Sometimes they are, but this one doesn't look like they're going to be. So we'll solve all of them and you'll see why. So the next question says, what relationship do angle BEC, okay, that's this slice right here, this one. What relationship does that and CED? So this one. What is their relationship? Does anybody have an idea? Like, do you know anything about their degree total? I'll just remove that so you can see it. Do you guys know what that symbol means?
90 degrees.
90 degrees. Sorry, go
They're
ahead.
the same degree, 40 and 40.
Okay. They're not going to quite be the same. They look similar, like size-wise, but they're not quite the same. And here's why. Because that little box means 90, and we just said that that yellow line's 180, we know, take off that 90-degree box. That means that the two purple chunks, their degree total is the other 90 degrees. I'm going to just pause there. I'm going to restate it so you can process it. What I said is the yellow line is 180, we just said. And we know that little box right here means 90. So if we subtract 90 for that orange box, that means the purple angles are the other 90 degrees for the yellow line. Yay or nay?
Yay with a question mark.
Okay, I'm going to do this a little bit differently. So pretend this is a pizza. I don't know about you guys, but I like Papa Murphy's pizza because I'm a vegan, so I don't eat cheese. So I have vegan cheese, and I can go to Papa Murphy's and say, hey, don't put cheese on half of it because I like pizza. So I put my own cheese on it, and I can bake it. So my friend loves cheese. Loves cheese, and this side will be cheese, right? And she'll just cut it like this, like a normal human. Like that. But I might just, because depends on how I'm feeling, I still get half the pizza, right? My half is not cheese on it. It doesn't have cheese. But I could, if I wanted to, just cut it in half and have two gigantic slices of pizza, right? That both, I mean, if I was going to measure angles on a pizza, they'd be 90 degrees and 90 degrees. So I could take my half of the pizza, just cut it in half again and go 90, 90, and just smash those. Are you with me on this still so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, sometimes, and I'll be honest, this is what I usually do. I'll cut it in half so I know I'm eating like half of it. But then I split this. This is stupid. I understand this. Before I even say it, I know it's stupid. but I'll be like, I'm just going to cut it into really small parts so I feel like I'm eating a lot of pizza, but I'm just eating that same amount. So basically what's happened over here is they've cut this in half again. So we have half a pizza. Nina cuts it into 2 halves and then is like, meh, I'm going to make it so that I eat 2 slices. But it still is at 90 degrees. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So we know that CED this one is 40 degrees. So what does BEC, this one, what does that have to be?
35?
Let's see. So we know 90 degrees is the whole, like, that black section. And we know that this piece right here is 40. 90 minus 40 is 50. So the measure of BEC would be 50 degrees. I'm not gonna. Did that make sense or no?
Yeah, it did.
Okay. Does anybody have a different way that they might do it?
So what you're basically saying is no matter how, like the pizza, for example, no matter how, like, it's cut, you'll always get 180 as a total.
Yeah, as long as, like, because I always cut my pizza in half. Half is cheese and half isn't, so 180 degrees. And we're going to just deal a lot with straight lines. That's why I'm referencing that pizza cut. So yes, as long as it's a straight line, all my slices, they're going to add up to half the pizza, which is 180 degrees.
All right, that makes a bit more. That makes a lot more sense now.
Okay, good. Here's one other way you guys might have done it. You might recognize that as 90 and then obviously see this as 40 and then be like, okay, well, what about this section? So you might have gone 180 minus 90 is 90, minus 40 is 50. Or like 90 plus 40 and then subtract, whatever. There's multiple ways you could have done this, okay? All right, a couple more examples and we're done. So this one says angle ABC, ABC. So this one. And ABE, ABE are an example of a linear pair. That makes sense because together they form this line. Give an example of another linear pair. Can anybody give an example of another linear pair? There's like 1, 2, 3 more. How about I give you one and then somebody try? What if I went A, B, E? And so this is 1. Then I went like D, B, E. Because that makes this line. Does anyone else have another? Anyone want to try? Take a chance? How about if I do this? I'll do it differently. What if I call this angle 1, 2, 3, 4? So what I just listed is 2 and 3. Those two are a linear pair. Can somebody else give me another linear pair?
4,
4 and
1,
perfect. 4 and 1 make this line. There's one more. Does anybody know what it is?
1 and 2.
So that one, I was just about to catch that. 1 and 2 is the one they listed first. Then I said 2 and 3. And then I think
4 and 3.
Yep. So those are all of our linear pairs, okay? And then next question is, or next statement, I guess, says ABE, ABE, and CBD, CBD are an example of vertical angle pairs. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 again. So that was 2 and 4. What's another? There's only one other pair. Does anybody know what the other vertical angle pair is?
1 and 3.
You got it. What's their relationship?
CBA and EBD.
CBA, EBD. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, that's exactly how you would name it for sure. And so I should have been more clear. I'm sorry. What I'm wondering is, and this isn't just, I'm not just putting pressure on you, Lance, but anybody else too. What is the relationship between vertical angles? Like, what do you know about their degree measures?
They're the exact same.
Yes, they are. So what would angle 4, how many degrees is angle 4?
70.
Yep. ABC is 1, DB is 3. Okay, so if that one's 70, can anyone tell me what the other two angles would be? They're going to be the same.
We would just need to subtract 180 from 70, right?
Exactly. Can you explain why? Why?
Because C, B, and E make a 180.
C, B, E makes 180 because it's a line. So
Yeah.
Lance was like, well, that's 180. So minus 70 and you get 110. And they're going to match up. They're both obtuse. They're going to match. Cool with that? If you guys want to this is completely optional. I'm totally fine with you guys being done right now if you want to be done because this was a lot. But do you guys want to try to do this last one? It's a challenge one. I just put it on here kind of for fun. And I can do this. I'll just number these really quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. DFE. DFC. CFB. AFB. I listed those in order of like kind of how I feel like they're nicest, but if you guys want to leave right now, you are welcome to if you're good and don't have any questions. Otherwise, I'm going to stick around and A, answer questions, but B, do this with anybody that wants to do it, okay? So those of you that want to check this one out, can anybody tell me angle 4, 3, 2, 1, or 5? Can anybody tell me any of those angles? Speak. How about 3? What's angle 3? Angle 3 is 90. Javaris, are you giving me angle 2? Because angle 2 is 55 degrees. Does anybody know what angle 4 is? This is a 4 right here. Does anybody know what that angle is? Oh, whoops, this one's 35 already there. So angle 4 is across from this 35, which means it's also 35 because they're vertical angle pairs. And then our last one is a linear pair. They make a line here, so we can go 180 minus 35, because this one's 35, is 150, 145. And that's it. Okay. So that one was tricky. If you were confused by that, don't stress right now. We're not quite to that point yet. But I am going to stop the recording just so that people don't hear our conversation afterwards. And then you guys can stay here with questions about the notes, or